Now would you join me in saying Unity's statement of faith? Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the good, omnipotent.
Good morning. Good morning to all of you in the sanctuary and all of you that are watching us on home. We welcome you and we're glad you're with us this morning. And it's such a different picture. When I first come in the sanctuary, there's usually 8 or 10 people. And then when I get up here, look, you've all come, you're here. And I am grateful. If this is your first time, or if you've just been coming for a short time, Joseph is our ambassador today, and he has a coffee mug for you and a packet of information, and he can answer lots of questions about what goes on here at the church and what Unity believes. Please check in on Facebook. First, tell everyone where you are. Second, please silence your phone. You don't want to be the one in meditation that we hear somebody calling. Please join me in our mission statement. Our mission is to encourage and inspire spiritual and personal growth by empowering each other to be authentically all that we came here to be. Let's speak together the affirmation for today's daily word. I live in an abundant universe, and I am open to infinite good. When I am the one giving or the one receiving, I believe generosity creates a flow of blessings and prosperity. It is such a pleasure to be in the flow of prosperity. I give lavishly and receive gratefully. To keep myself in this flow, knowing I deserve abundance and I have enough for myself and more to share. I feel the presence of God through my generous and grateful impulses. I open my heart and feel newly present to life. Even if in the past I have equated prosperity to riches and material security, my understanding has evolved to understand it as sufficiency, peace of mind, and comfort. Whether I am the one giving or the one receiving, I believe generosity creates a flow of blessings and prosperity. The scripture for today is 2 Corinthians 9:8. Please join me. And God is able Well, let's repeat the affirmation together. I live in an abundant universe, and I am open to infinite good. As I ring the prayer bowl, please hold the following people in prayer for their highest and best, for their highest good. Sally, Kay, Ellen, Kelly, Jim, G, Carolyn, Peggy, Lee, Robert, Kathy, Sue Ann, Chuck, Jack, Matt, Jess, Robert, Sophia, Dusty, John, Jeannie, Chuck, Gwen, Vicky, Jerry, Lasagna, Ardith, Joshua, Mike, Monica, Barbara, and anyone you would like included in our prayers today. We also send our love and understanding to Lou Hood, She is our nursery attendant, and her grandmother made her transition this week. Let's sing our thoughts or prayers.
Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Listen to what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes a prayer.
Listen to the sounds and feel the vibrations coming from the prayer bowl. The vibrations and the sounds are energy. We are energy and God is energy. Absorb all of that into your consciousness and make your intentional connection with Spirit. We are always connected, but there are times we don't remember to be connected. Send and receive to everyone sitting around you hope, peace, love, and joy. And let's manifest it out and around all of the people on this dear earth. Center yourself as we begin to relax our minds and bodies, preparing for prayer and meditation. Beginning at the crown of your head, release tension in your mind and body. Inhale, hold, and exhale. Follow your focus to your forehead, behind your eyes, your ears, your lips, your tongue, and your jaw. Breathe. Follow your attention to your neck and shoulders, down through your arms, elbows, wrists, fingers, relaxing as you go. Move down through your spine and lower back, your thighs, knees, calves, ankles, feet, and toes. Relax and let go. We affirm the highest and the best manifest for the names of the people on the prayer list, for healing, prosperity, guidance, safety, peace of mind. We embody these prayers, not only for the people on the prayer list, but also for ourselves, our friends and family. We celebrate this or something better, which is indeed our divine birthright. We support diversity, equity, and inclusion for all. We support peace and harmony in all countries. We visualize food, health care, and shelter for those in need here and around the world. We visualize basic needs met, inner peace, safety, and happiness for all. Where there is war, we send peace. As we pause, picture whatever comes to mind when you think of peace. love, and acceptance of differing beliefs, leading to a consciousness of oneness. We choose forgiveness to clear any blocks to our well-being, our minds, or to our flow of prosperity. We forgive ourselves for regrets for actions we may have taken in the past. God is our absolute source, never changing, always available, always there. Our abundant good comes to us in a myriad of ways. By our consciousness, we attract divine ideas of ways to further support us in our lives and our church. We attract people who have been searching for the truth with a capital T. The truth that will change their lives as Unity has changed lives of most of us. We are grateful for the divine unfolding of God's good, actively working in and through those for whom we pray. Giving or receiving creates a flow of blessings and prosperity. Our scripture for today, maybe or maybe not, said, "And God is able to provide you with every blessing in abundance, so that by always having enough of everything, you may share abundantly in every good work." Where God can I share more of myself, my time, my talent, and my treasures, knowing there is always more than enough in the silence. As our band members are coming back up here, first of all, we give thanks for our band. They are so gifted and they share so willingly with us. We appreciate all of you. And I'm also delighted to invite and welcome back to our platform Amy Burnett. Amy and her wife Lisa have been attending Unity since January of 2014. Amy is a very dedicated member and volunteer. She has stepped into many volunteer roles over the years to include board president, board vice president, adult education instructor, and live stream team leader and teacher. And we welcome her back.
I'm not using that one. No. Oh, except, thanks for looking out there. It helps if you put it where it's supposed to be. There we go. How about that? All the things. Good morning. I'm with Dee. It's always so amazing to step up here and then you're like, oh, here's all of our people. Like, they came in while I had my back turned. Not convinced that this is on. So last time I spoke, we talked about stepping out of the how. And if you remember, your homework was to step out of the how and just allow. So how is that going? Easy peasy? Yep, just every day. So we've started the Sacred Abundance group on Wednesday evenings. And in the very first chapter, Robin Ryder used a quote that I hadn't heard in a while, but it's so powerful. And that is, there we go. That we don't have to make it happen. We just have to make it welcome. Yeah. And so that really made me start considering, what am I making welcome in my life? So let's think about this for a minute. If we want someone to visit our home and we're excited about them coming, how do we prepare? So I think we start cleaning things that we have not cleaned in months, right? You suddenly, that cobweb in the corner must come down. The windowsills need to be cleaned, because when we all go to each other's homes, we definitely look at the windowsills and all of the cracks around the edge, right? We make sure everything looks nice. We make sure that it smells nice. If they're going to be staying all night, we prepare a guest room. We make sure that there's clean sheets on the bed. We make up the bed, and we use all the good pillows. We make sure that they have a place to set their overnight bag that's going to be convenient for them. We make sure that we have everything we think we're going to need for whatever activities it is that we're going to plan. We go grocery shopping. We have enough snacks to feed an army, or enough food. We prepare food. We do all of these things, right? We prepare to make them welcome. And we anticipate everything we think we're going to need and what they're going to need to feel welcome, to stay, not only this time, but to return visit. We want them, that's what it's about, right? We want to prepare the space so well that they come and they think, man, this was a great time. I want to come back and see you again. Are we doing the same for the other circumstances that we're desiring to see in our lives? Are we making them welcome in the same way? And then here's our reminder that spirit abundance is always saying yes. So we have to pay attention to what we're making welcome, because we can make welcome things that we say we don't want. So when someone says, "How are you doing?" or "What's been going on?" How many of you, I'm raising my hand because I'm guilty. I'm tired. I'm busy. Oh, I'm so stressed out. I've got too much on my plate, more than I can handle. I've got so many obligations. I'm just going all the time. I'm worried about the state of the world. I don't know what's going to happen. Sitting around worrying about it. When we're speaking those words and living from that place, what are we making welcome? We're making welcome things that keep us busy, things that keep us tired, things that keep us stressed out. More obligations that we feel like we can't say no to. More things to worry about around us. When we talk about prosperity consciousness and unity, sometimes it makes people think that we're only talking about money, and that we are a church that's in love with money and prosperity thinking in that respect. Which, keep in mind, there's nothing wrong with enjoying money and loving money. Money is just a different form of manifest energy that's circulating and making things possible in our lives and helping us attain the things that we want. It's when we forget that God is our source and money is not our source, when we forget that there's only one power and one presence in our lives, that we allow that fixation on money to block our flow. Right? So true prosperity of spirit is prosperity in all areas of our lives. It is prosperity consciousness. If we believe that we are in an abundant universe and we are surrounded and supported to have all of our needs met and then some, that doesn't just mean finances, right? That means prosperity in relationships that are healthy and supportive, that are loving and allow us to lean into our higher selves. It means prosperity of wisdom to discern what the next right step is to lead us to our higher good. It means prosperity in our health, the ability to know that this human body is a miraculous creation that allows us to have this human experience, and that the energy of God is flowing through every cell of our bodies at every moment of the day. It's prosperity in employment, or vocation, or whatever allows you to have time and money freedom to move through life. It's the ability to move through this human experience as an expression of love and abundance. Prosperity of spirit, is a vibration of our consciousness. It's a way of living and thinking. Our co-founder, Charles Fillmore, spoke about prosperity as rooted in divine substance. And he said this divine substance is the invisible spiritual essence from which all forms are made. This substance is everywhere present, inexhaustible, and waiting to be shaped by our thought. So a way to think about this is a pile of clay sitting there in the hands of a sculptor. The clay is there and available, but what emerges depends on the ideas of the sculptor and the vision of the sculptor to make manifest an image out of that clay. In the same way, divine substance is there and available for us to mold out of thoughts and ideas from our consciousness. So I would ask again, what are we sculpting right now? Emily Cady reminds us in Lessons in Truth that when we look outside to people or circumstances as our source, we're missing the mark because God is our source. When we anchor ourselves in God, Spirit, Source, we are anchoring into abundance. When we trust this inner presence, we don't have to spend time chasing abundance. We simply affirm any need is already met. This is a powerful inner shift that opens the way for divine ideas and divine solutions to appear. Emmett Fox spoke about turning our thoughts to God, and he likened this to changing the dial on a radio. So he says, when static fills a channel on the radio, we don't sit and argue with the radio about not having static. We don't fight with the static. We don't resign ourselves to listen to static for the rest of our lives, right? We change the channel. We change the station because we have trust that there is a different station that has something for us. And so we just go, oh, static, change the channel. I know it's there. I just have to change the channel and trust that I'm going to find it. When our human thoughts turn to lack, worry, or unworthiness, we can shift our thoughts like changing the channel to reconnect with the frequency of love and abundance. Eric Butterworth also uses this analogy of tuning in, and he states that abundance is not something we acquire, but something we tune into. You do not receive prosperity, you release it from within. Prosperity is a way of living and thinking, not just money or things. So how do we make prosperity welcome in all areas of our lives? We discussed in our Wednesday night class that to be in the flow involves a giving and receiving. And Robin Ryder uses this analogy or this visual image of a body of water that has an inlet and an outlet that is flowing. And what do we tend to see when we have a body of water that the water is flowing? We have lush vegetation, right? The water is crystal clear. It's teeming with wildlife. It's a place that everybody wants to be, right? And she talks about how for that to happen, every drop of water that goes out, there's another one already coming in. It's already in the flow. But conversely, when we see a body of water that doesn't have that type of flow, what do those bodies of water tend to look like? They're a little murky. Sometimes they've got that scum on the top. They don't smell so nice. Maybe it's not a place where everybody is wanting to hang out. And so she talks about also in this giving and receiving that it's like inhaling and exhaling. And we would be in big trouble if suddenly we could only do one of those, right? So if I said from starting now, you can only inhale, I would see a lot of troubled faces, wouldn't I? Or if I suddenly you can only exhale. It doesn't work that way. Just like abundance, being in the flow of life doesn't work that way. There has to be a giving and receiving. There has to be a natural flow to what's happening. I was reminded of the New Thought song by Richard McDeaky with the lyrics, "If it's love you're after, give it away. Good news or laughter, give it away. Don't keep your blessings in a bottle on a shelf. A gift will grow when it's shared with someone else." And that's what he's talking about, right? Like, we have to get in that flow. We have to be giving and receiving with the vibration of abundance and prosperity. Whether we're giving or receiving, we are still in that vibration of what we want. We have to become someone who is welcoming that thing, to whether we're giving it or receiving it. Because we have to know what it looks like, what it feels like to be able to give it, the same as to receive. It's also a way of claiming our trust in the abundance of Source. It allows us to be living and thinking as prosperity. So I watched a really interesting video as I was preparing this. And so there was this motivational speaker, and he was standing in front of a packed room of people. And he held up some books that were, I think, from his merch table, like his newest book. And he said, "Who wants a book?" And hands went up all over the room. And he just looked around and he said, "Who wants a book?" And people started, me, I do. And he just stood there with the books. And he said, "I said, who would like a copy of this book?" And finally, 2 people from the audience jumped out of their seat and ran to the stage. And they're standing at the stage and they're, I do. And he's like, "Okay, who wants a copy of this book?" And the 2 people at the stage kind of look at each other, and you can see this decision being made, and they both jump up on the stage and they walk up to him and they take the book out of his hand. And his point was, he said, look around the room. So many people wanted this item, and you could see it. You could see that it was freely being offered. But you still sat there waiting to be chosen, waiting to be given permission to take what was right in front of you and being offered freely. Oh, yeah. And it really made me think about that again, that, before we have those house guests, we invite them in, we prepare for their stay, and then we trust that it will arrive. We don't wait for permission. We don't wait to be chosen. But often when we're thinking about prosperity, I thought of it as like this river of abundance that's just flowing right here next to us, and all we have to do is crack the door, and it can start flowing in and through and as us. Again, we don't have to make it happen. We just have to make it welcome. So if we want prosperity in health, how can we invite health in? We can affirm the divinity of our human body. We can bring nutritious food into our refrigerator. We can read or watch materials on positive health practices. We can sit and vision ourselves moving more if we feel like we aren't ready to actually move more. How can we invite love, friendship, or healthy relationships in? By giving love, by being a good friend, by doing our inner work so that we're mentally and emotionally welcoming to healthy interactions from others. How do we invite prosperity into our vocation that allows time and money freedom? We can get clear on what we want. We can build skills in areas for our dream job. We can release thoughts of what that has to look like. I've seen so many things, heard so many stories about this belief we have in our society that to get ahead you have to work hard. Right? How many of us have heard that? It's hard work. It's a struggle. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the grind to get it done. In a world of infinite possibilities and a flow of abundance all around you all the time, is that true? No. I love in the old Prosperity Plus teachings, there's a story that Mary Morrissey talks about with her son talking to a fisherman somewhere that they were, and he's like, "Man, this is really great. Like, you've only got the one boat. Why don't you buy more boats? If you had more boats, you could catch more fish. If you caught more fish, you could have more money." And the guy's listening, and he's like, "Well, what would I do with more boats? And, well, you could catch more fish. And he's like, yeah, and I'd have to hire more people. And he's like, right, and you could give employment opportunities to more people. And he goes on and on and on. And he gets to the end, and he's like, the guy keeps saying, but like, then what? And they get to the end, and Mary's son says, like, and then by the time, like, you get all this money, and then you'll be able to, like, retire early and spend time with your wife and spend time with your kids and all this stuff. And the guy looks at him and says, I do that now. Because he had one boat, and he worked what he needed, and he was home every night for dinner with his family. And he's like, that's a lot of work to get right back to where I am right now. How about I just get content and get happy with what I'm doing? And I just love that story, because sometimes we get caught up in that success means prosperity, abundance means having more material wealth. And for that individual, his prosperity was getting to be home with his family every night and not having to travel and not having the stress of managing some, 20 boat fleet and all the things that go with that. And so then in all ways, we can express gratitude for what we have and what shows up, because we know in Unity that when we're talking about the flow of abundance, gratitude can turn a water hose into a fire hose, right? So I talked about that sea of abundance that's flowing next to us and cracking the door. Well, when we crack the door to flow of any kind, what typically happens? Starts rushing through, and it gets wider and wider, right? And if we add gratitude to our practice of allowing abundance and trusting abundance, there's no stopping us. So the amazing thing is that the flow of abundance is always there to say yes. And when we begin to experience it in one area, it's going to spread to all areas. So I think what happens is sometimes when people are truly in the flow and they're in that prosperity consciousness, what people see is that financially they are experiencing abundance. And so many people are kind of seeking that's what we focus in on. But what's really happening is someone who is truly in the flow, they're going to be in the flow in all areas. And good things are going to be coming to them and working out for them all the time. So I wanted to end with us saying a denial and affirmation. And in our courses, we've been really talking about the significance of having a denial with your affirmation and making that the practice. I think we're really good at affirmations. I know I have been good at writing affirmations as I've come into my Unity teaching, but I don't often write the denial portion. And so it's the same thing when we're trying to create flow. It's the giving and the receiving. It's the releasing and the accepting. So when I say a denial, I carve out a space. And then when I say the affirmation, I fill that space with what I'm desiring to see happen. And so I think this is also sometimes where people feel like our use of affirmations is a head in the sand mentality. But the denial is the way that you acknowledge what is, you acknowledge what's here, and then you give it something to be replaced with in the flow of abundance. So let's say this together. I release all thoughts of illness, unworthiness, lack, and worry. God is the source of my supply, and abundance is flowing now. Do you see it? Do you see it all around us? Do you see it just waiting for us to say, oh, welcome. Welcome, love. Welcome, abundance. Welcome, perfect job. Welcome, finances that give me the ability to go do things that I want to do. Welcome, people in my life who make me feel good and raise me up to my highest self. Come on in. I've been waiting for you, right? Like that's what a guest wants to hear. Make all of those things that we're desiring, make them a welcome guest in your heart, in your life, in your spirit, and live from that place. So what I would love to see this week, as we're going through the Sacred Abundance class, we're kind of doing all of these little gratitude experiments and all of these things with each other. And so what I would love to see for as many people as want to participate this week is if you're a member of the Unity of Springfield Connection Facebook group, every day this week, try to post something that you noticed or experienced that was an expression of love or abundance. So it could be something that personally happened to you, or it could be something that I was in the grocery store and I witnessed the most beautiful expression of love to other people. But let's share those with each other and fill that page this week with things to be grateful for in love and expression, or love and abundance expressions that are happening all around our community and in our lives. And let's see what kind of shift we can create in just 1 week by looking for these examples and sharing them with each other. I think it could be really amazing and really fun. So I'm going to be looking for them, and I hope that as we, because what we're noticing and what we're paying attention to, we're inviting more of that yes and more, yes and more. And if we're walking through our day thinking, oh, I've got to have an expression of love or abundance to post today, we will notice all of the things that are happening around us, and we will be inviting more and more to us. And my hope is that by the end of the week, you're like, man, I saw like 10 great examples today. Which one am I going to post on the Unity page? So have fun this week, playing in the flow of love and abundance. And I'm so excited to see what we make welcome. Thank you. And now is the time in our service where we get to play with abundance in the financial form and make sure that this ministry is supported to do all the fun things and all the great works that we are here to do. We need to make welcome all the people who are out there thinking, I wish there was a community of like-minded people that I could just go sit with and be with and do activities with. So there's many ways to give, and we will say our offertory blessing together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Surprise, you just thought you were done with me. Mitch isn't here this morning, so you also have me for announcements. We hope you'll join us right after service today for food and fellowship at our Friendship Sunday potluck. It's a great opportunity to connect with someone new. If you're willing, we do need a couple more volunteers for cleanup, and that happens the first Sunday of every month. Come share in the stillness this evening and every Sunday evening at 6 p.m. during our group meditation. Whether you're new or have been meditating for years, everyone is welcome. All men are invited to the first Tuesday of each month to the Unity Men's Group and Potluck at 6 p.m. Bring a dish to share, enjoy good food, great conversation, and meaningful connection. We look forward to seeing you this Tuesday, October 7th. Next Sunday, join us for our New Thought education class. Guess what? You're still not done with me. Power up with me. We're going to do part 2 of a class we started last month, but you don't have to have been to the first one to catch up where we're at. And class begins at 9:15. You can join in person or watch live on our Facebook page. Next Sunday, for our celebration service, we will welcome back Mitch Brashears to our platform. Yay! Mitch has been deeply involved with Unity of Springfield, having played in the church band for over a decade, as well as serving on the church board and emceeing talent shows, special events, and Planet Unity for us. Sorry, something about the lighting at this podium makes my contacts go a little crazy. So if you see me like that, is my eyes are like, they're like swirling around. It makes it really fun to read. Calling all bakers. Carrie Kugler is organizing a Sweet Eats and Spooky Treats bake sale fundraiser happening next Sunday, October 12th. All money raised will be going towards the HVAC special project. She would love for you to make something delicious to share, and if you'd like to contribute, please sign up in the foyer what you will be bringing. She would also like help selling the items after service that day, so please let her know if you can help in any way. From November through March, when overnight temperatures are below freezing, our church opens a crisis cold weather shelter, and during September and October, we do an 8 items and 8 weeks donation drive to collect the most used items. There are lists of items on the connection table in the foyer, and next Sunday is our 6th week, and the items are fruit or pudding cups. If you donate all 8 items, make sure you get entered into the drawing to win $100. And we have a special announcement from Reverend Diane Kennedy.
Hi everyone, I'm Reverend Diana Kennedy, a Unity minister, and I'm so looking forward to coming down to Unity of Springfield to lead a powerful workshop called Get Ready to Thrive. It's time to step into the life you were created to live. In our time together, we will be diving into the ways that you can claim your good, expand your vision, navigate change, align with source, and get ready to thrive. Come join us for a joyful, empowering workshop filled with meditation, connection, reflection, and of course, diving into and embodying the powerful Unity principles. Our workshop at Unity of Springfield is held on Saturday, October 18th from 1 to 3 p.m. There's a $20 suggested love offering, but nobody will be turned away. We are so excited to see you, to grow with you, and to step into thriving. It is your season to flourish. Let's get ready to thrive together. See you then.
Sounds amazing, doesn't it? Beginning this month, Norma Vinson is starting a monthly Unity Real Estate Forum on the 3rd Tuesday of each month, starting at 6 p.m. Norma says, most everyone is interested in real estate in some form. I was fascinated with it and took all the classes at Drury. Principles and practices, real estate finance, real estate law, real estate appraisal, and went on to practice in selling, brokering, investing, and appraisal of everything from houses to eminent domain for the next 40 years. My hope is that those of us with real estate experience will be able to come together with those who want to learn more about real estate. And I always say, I want to be Norma when I grow up. So even if you're not interested in real estate, just being in the room is going to be fantastic. We will have a new member ceremony on October 26th during the service, and the new member orientation on October 19th right after service. New members are required to attend the orientation. Please pick up an application on the welcome desk in the foyer. And save the date, our fall yard cleanup is happening on Saturday, November 8th. My grandson has insisted that this be put on the calendar because he looks forward to the cleanup days every year. And so he has harassed Lisa endlessly until she could give him a date for the fall cleanup. So he'll be there with all of his tools. If you can lend a hand, please sign up at the connection table. And together we can get our grounds looking beautiful. And we can be welcoming those who are looking for a church home, right? Part of welcoming what we want to see is making sure that our space looks welcoming and inviting, much like we're preparing our home for those guests. So now let's stand and join in the prayer for protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And now we'll do our closing.